Good morning. How are you doing? So I'm here in my truck and I'm going to share with you some ideas that I have. And let's see. If you are a mature woman or a young man, especially those two kind of age groups and orientations, I don't know exactly the proper way to say that these days, but if you're a young man or a mature woman, I'll tell you the places that we have available in our ministry, if you're interested in ministry. If you're all about money and that's your goal, then just don't even keep watching this. But if you have an interest in what we have experienced, the catastrophic events of the Lahaina fire, you know, I started the Kolapa House of Charity that served Maui County, and then I started the SLE mission in the Rock House Haven that served Butte County. We have been absolutely devastated by the Camp Fire in Paradise and by the Lahaina wildfire. And we are still trying our very best to manage things, and with what we have, which is virtually nothing, keep the ministry going. What does the ministry do? What is it about? You just have to get involved to see, or give me a call. My number is 808-404-2411. Again, that's 808-404-2411. And in California, 530-353-5561. Again, 530-353-5561. I'll put the numbers on this video. But we have two positions for you. For a young man to do light office work, to help me with keeping a tab on things, dates, things like that. Just someone to answer phones and sit in the office while I'm running around like a chicken with my head off. Okay, the other person would be a mature woman. I mean, it doesn't need to be any specific age, but as long as you're mature and you are able to get along with my wife, which she's a wonderful person. Most people can get along with her, but that's a definite a must. You got to get along with her, which is pretty reasonable and easy. She's the sweetest lady. I mean, she's my wife. That's why I married her. So to just hang out with her in the house and make juices and just enjoy the inside of the house. It's beautiful. We got a 2-year-old baby. We got my mother. We are watching awesome programs, music, making juices and smoothies and cooking and just having a blast in the house and sometimes outside on the patios and stuff like that. Then we do fun stuff, every day. I'm trying to coordinate. Hey, let's go to the river. Let's go to the lake. Let's go do this fun thing just we're constantly going on trips and camping and doing fun stuff. So I can tell you this, we're not going to charge anything, but we have virtually little to no resources to pay. What comes in is love gifts from people. And we don't use that money for ourselves at all, ever. And one way to be able to do that is you just can't have any vices. You can't have addictions. You can't have needs. We get our food. We have resources for food through the food banks. And my mother has an EBT card that provides her food. And we have a little bit of income, part-time, minimum wage. And that provides for the other food. So for specialty items, whatever that we need that food bank doesn't have. So I think, you're definitely not going to starve. You're not going to go hungry, and you're going to have a comfortable place to sleep. And as resources come in, we can share those with you, and you can share your needs and trials with us. And we believe God can bless you when you are serving Him in this capacity, that God will take care of your needs. Just test Him out, try Him, see what happens. The Bible says that we are to go into all the world and preach the gospel. And a lot of people come up with a budget or support team before they go into these countries. I never did that. I've made 23 trips to Asia. I'm not bragging, but I go into the countries with no resources, no evidence or proof or backing behind me, and I do the work that God puts before me, and I'm actually I'm not shocked, because that's who God is, and that's who He's been to me, is providing my needs. But I am just so blessed, and my faith is strengthened because of what He's done in the past for me. And we really do have to be willing to die for Him. We have to be willing to die to serve the Lord. And I think that's when we're willing to put our life on the line for Him, then that's when the blessings start coming in. And that's called extreme faith. And the difference between extreme faith and presumptuousness is when we are trying to do something and it's our own plan, expecting God to come through for us and provide. Yeah, that's presumptuousness. But when we're doing His will and doing something that's His plan, He comes through always. And if He doesn't come through, it means it's not His plan. So we need to modify our direction and say the door is shutting here and go somewhere else. Pray that God will shut doors. I'm not a big, I don't want to say believer, but in this idea that God is going to tell you what to do. God gives us a brain, and we are fearfully and wonderfully made, and He gives us freedom of thought. And if the thoughts and the ideas and the plans are not immoral, unethical, illegal, brothers and sisters, step forward and do what God, what's on your mind and heart, if it's not wrong. If you want to start an orphanage somewhere, if you want to, that's a beautiful thing to do. If you want to start a farm somewhere up in the mountains, step forward in faith and do it. What is holding you back? I want you to talk to me. Call me up. Tell me what it is that's holding you back from doing this stuff. Because when I've stepped forward in faith to do those things, God provides. The Bible, remember this verse that says, wherever thou shalt put your feet, that shall I give you. Wherever you put the soles of your feet, that shall I give you. I've actually walked places and stepped on that land. I knelt down and prayed, Lord, can you provide this spot here for me if it's your will, and I'll serve you with this location. And that's exactly what has happened. Whether it's, in your name, you hold title or not, is not the issue. The issue is, do you have access to that? Because really, this world is we're just passing through. It's not our final home. And to own things is not always the best situation. Wealthy people don't want to own things. They put things in trusts. But to have control of that, to be allowed to use it, is really what's critical. So if you like farming, you like adventure, you like sailboats, Hawaii, tropics, traveling the world, going to Asia, and working with, older people, children, interacting with the sick and helping in ministry that way, sharing God's love, contact me. We have those 2 openings right now. They're serious openings, and without someone in those positions, the losses that we're going to experience are going to be huge. And I can't go into great detail about that, but just know that it's more than I can handle. It's more than my wife can handle, and we're doing our very best. But I see a landslide starting to happen, and it's just gonna, more and more things are gonna go bad, and we're gonna fall apart. This ministry is gonna collapse. We don't have the support of the Maui community, Lahaina. We don't have the support of Paradise, California, and the churches. We are very much feeling alone and on our own, and this is a time when we need 2 people who are willing to come to our location, work with us, be with us, and be a part of this. So please reach out to us if you know someone who's willing to do that, even if it's just a short time in your life, take a break. Please send us those people, or if you are that person, come and we're going to have a great time. Again, 808-404-2411. Thank you so much, and God bless. Mahalo.